Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Football Manager Championship Manager experiment. So, a lot of you enjoyed the Championship Manager 03-04 video I did. Very happy with the reaction to that one. Thank you if you kind of stopped by and took a look at it. If not, feel free to check it out. It's a cool video. But we are moving on, doing the similar kind of thing, but with the cult classic of the game. I said 03-04 was my favorite in the last video. I stand by that, but this is also an absolute belter of a game. We are on Championship Manager 01-02, the final iteration of the CM3 era. Of course, the game after this was CM4. So this is kind of the bare bones, simple, super quick, super easy. Because, yeah, the game slowed down quite a lot with the introduction of 4 and then onwards from there. This runs like a dream, and this is super smooth and quick, and everything just goes by. It took me no time at all to sim all of this compared to the last one. It took me about maybe 4 hours to holiday everything here. I'd say it took at least 3 times that to do the same thing on 03-04, and it was less seasons as well, obviously, on the last one. So I'm glad that this worked out a lot easier to do. It's nice to see it again. It is nice to watch. I'm probably going to play this just generally because it's such a fantastic game. So, well, I'm not going to put it up on YouTube. That'd be weird. Unless you want to. Let me know if you want to see an 01-02 playthrough, because I'd gladly do it. I just think it might be a little weird. But we are here, unemployed. It doesn't let you start unemployed. I had to start as York City, then resign. And we are going through to the end of the 2019 season to see what has happened. We have 1, 2, 3, 5 World Cups. So, of course, there's Korea, Japan, 02 onwards. We have, obviously, all the Champions Leagues, UEFA Cups, Premier Leagues, all this stuff. We have loaded, this time, a few more leagues. We've got England, France, Germany, Italy, Portugal, Scotland, and Spain to look at. So we're going to take a quick look at the Premier Division, just so you know what it looks like, because you might forget, it's been a while. So here are the teams that are in it. It's not too surprising. Derby kicking about, that's fine. Charlton are in here. But it's nothing too out of the ordinary, right? There's no, oh my gosh, they were there kind of thing. So, kind of remember this. We'll go forward like last time. And with any luck, there'll be some major surprise. Again, I haven't looked at it. What I have noticed as I sim through is that my manager, despite being on holiday for the entire time and doing nothing, actually takes charge of teams. And so we're going to see what I do personally as a manager as well. Which is just weird. I didn't think that would happen, and I stopped by and noticed the colours had all changed now as manager of a club. So we're going to see how that works out, as well as going through the leagues. Stick around, we're going time travelling again. Alright, welcome back to May 27th, 2019. We're on Dunfermline Athletic because this is the club that I, as Viperous Cow, the manager, am currently in charge of. So you can ignore that, we'll maybe come to it later. Kevin Cuthbert is a name I recognize, though, so there are still current players. We'll check some of the teams and see, who's still going, who isn't, things like that, kind of as we go. But let's dive right into it. We're going to jump again. We'll start in England, we'll work through the leagues and kind of go from there. So the Premier Division, the current champions are Ipswich. Ipswich Town. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is much different than the last one. So Ipswich, Premier League champions, Manchester United second, Leyton Orient third place, Millwall in 4th, Everton, Palace. Where is everyone? Liverpool in 8th. Cambridge United 12th, Chelsea. Arsenal 17th, Bolton, Gillingham, and Brentford just went down. There's Manchester City, Liverpool are in there. Wow. So Ipswich, Manchester United, Leyton Orient, Millwall. That's crazy. Let's take a look at Manchester United, see who's still kicking about. I'm probably going to miss players. This isn't necessarily an era that I fully recognize. That the Mark, nah, it's Matt Carr. That's unfortunate. I thought the Mark Carr was still kicking about, but he's not, sadly. Ipswich, do you have anybody of kind of worth? I think there's definitely going to be less players because it is a couple years further back. There weren't that many to begin with last time. Obviously, all the regens are in there, but I don't know how to recognize them. I'm pretty useless at that. Yeah, there isn't really anyone worth paying attention to player-wise here. So let's take a quick look at the history of the league then. So Ipswich this year, Millwall. So we'll go back from 2002. So Manchester United won it. Arsenal leads Liverpool, leads. So Leeds stayed successful. Manchester United leads, Liverpool leads. Arsenal, Liverpool. This is when it kind of faded off. Stoke, Everton, Manchester United, Millwall, Ipswich. That's crazy. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brand new winners of the Premier League in this time, compared to what can only be about 2, I think, in real life. Chelsea and Manchester City. Leicester 3. I forget about that one. But that's the Premier League. Teams, I want to see what the rest of them look like. I kind of wish I could see the seasons in between, like who was relegated, who wasn't. You know, I might be able to see by who wins the first division, I suppose, but that's insane. Look at this. Leyton Orient, 3rd place in the Premiership. They would take that any day of the week. Are you kidding me? Let's go look at the first division, see what's going on. So the playoff final, Reading just won the playoff final. So they're going up along with Fulham, Middlesbrough. Port Vale, 5th. The old Wimbledon still in there. Spurs, 9th. I didn't even notice that. They're 9th in the first division. Wolves kicking about down there. Northwich Victoria in the Championship. What a dream. Carlisle, Sunderland, apt. And Bristol City all going down to the 2nd division. Stockport up there. Rochdale. There's a lot more changes on this one, I'm realizing, which is great. This is exactly what we want to see. Because 03, 04, a lot kind of stayed the same. There were some big ones, but you know, the Spanish League was the only real shocking winner with Jerez. Everything else was kind of the same. This has already been quite a trip. Let's look at the history, see if anyone big went down. Arsenal! Arsenal just came back from the 1st division. They literally just got back up this previous season. That is insanity. Orient just went up in 14. Tranmere were up there. Grimsby were up. Wow. This is fascinating. I love this. I absolutely love this. So many cool things, like Tranmere were a Premier League side. Arsenal were in the 1st division. Like, that's crazy. 2nd division, what you got? Oh, that's... Well, let's stick on this anyways. Don't really know what to get back from, so let's go. Nope. Yeah, this. I'm not used to the layout. Putting that out. So Torquay are going up first. Torquay going 1st division along with Luton and Blackburn. Watford are down here right now in 9th. Huddersfield, Wrexham, Macclesfield. Oh boy. So Derby going down to 3rd division along with Walsall, Blackpool and Rotherham. So Derby started out as a Premier League side on this. We saw that a little bit ago. They're going down to 3rd division. That's how quickly if you didn't see the history. So Northwich Vic's only won it a few years ago. Burnley, Cambridge in our Premier League sides. There's not any massive names that were down here and had to win their way back. But, I mean, come on. It's pretty crazy to see some of these teams that are kicking about and doing the business. Let's go back and do the 3rd division. Bournemouth just won the playoff final against Cardiff, so that's an all Premier League battle in real life. That's a 3rd division playoff final. Russian and Diamonds, the old Russian and Diamonds, winning league. Southend and Oxford going up. Kidderminster, Swansea in 7th, they're still down there. Peterborough 15th, Dagenham and Redbird, West Brom in 16th, West Ham 18th in 3rd division, they have not progressed. Halifax 23rd, Yeovil going down, sadly for them. Who's been down here then? Blackpool just went up, Scunthorpe, Bury. Swansea did go up for a little bit, but not for long. A lot of really... I'm still blown away by the Premier League. The fact Arsenal went down, all these no-one teams in the Premier League. The winners, Millwall and Ipswich, have both won the Premier League. Oh, that's fantastic. Do a quick check of the FA Cup then. So Fulham just beat Manchester United in the final, which is nice. Look at this too. So we had Arsenal, Newcastle United, Villa won it. Ipswich, Bolton, Bradford, Gillingham twice in a row, Sheffield Wednesday and Fulham. All of these names from 2013 onwards would be considered major shocks in this day and age, and that's just the normal. No other fairy tale kind of close runners up. Blackpool actually in 06 when Arsenal won it, that would have been nice. The League Cup, let's look at winners now, not too worried. Everton, Leyton Orient, Bradford picking it up there. Millwall, they weren't quite big then. Cambridge runners up. Some fantastic results. I'm excited for the rest of it now. So France, we'll do a quick check here. So Cannes is the top team in France right now. PSG 15th. Only for teams like Lyon and Monaco. Monaco just got relegated in 19th. I don't see Lyon. I don't even know who Guignon are. and they're up there finishing third. There's a lot of teams you don't recognize here. I'm not big on French football, but you know, it's still kind of insane. Who's been winning it then? So we're here. So Monaco won it the first season. PSG, I don't think they've actually won it at all. No, they were runners up 3 years in a row, but they haven't won it. They're runners up 4 times in total. Lyon were in the league as late as 2014 as runners up, so they've just had a bit of a plummet. I feel like they might have won the second division. But Auxerre, Guingamp, Saint-Etienne, big variation of winners. That's very cool. Let's take a look then at the second division. We don't have a lot for this. So Lyon 5th, they're not even back up. Lille are down there. Strasbourg, I know them. These guys, I have no idea who they are. Nancy are going down. Le Havre and Lorient. Marseille in 17th. So much has changed. So much. Which again, I'm absolutely adored to see. Germany are a lot more familiar here. So Stuttgart winners. Bayern down in 6th. Dortmund 7th. Leverkusen, Schalke going down. Unterhaching going down as well. So Stuttgart winning. Then let's see what the history has been here. So Dortmund picked up the first year. Bayern after that. Bayern, oh, they have a 3 in a row here. Okay, they won a treble of titles. I thought they hadn't won it for since then, but I was wrong. Schalke picked up 5 in that space. Unterhaching just got relegated. They runners up in 2016. St. Pauli won it. Saarbrücken, whoever they are, won the league twice in a row. Oh, this is fantastic. I keep saying this, but it makes me so happy to see all of these. Bayern were runners up 3 years in a row before they won it 3 in a row, and runners up 2 more years in a row, so they still have a bit of a grasp on it. They won it in 2017, runners up, so they haven't dropped away. Let's quickly check out the second division. So St. Pauli, the winners not that long ago, coming back up. It seems so really easy to fall from grace then with this. A lot of teams have success and then struggle, or they come up and they shoot up really fast. Mönchengladbach. So not really big teams down here. It's typically, of course, you have league winners right there, so you consider them pretty big. Quick look at the cup. Don't think there's going to be too much here. Saarbrücken, yeah, these are all decent size. Bayern haven't really won it much. They haven't won it since 2007. But yeah, this is mostly nothing massively surprising in terms of the teams that have shown up anyway. So like Unterhaching won the league. I don't know, came runners up in the league. Saarbrücken, I think, won the league, right? Twice in a row, I said. So as far as their stature in the game, it's not a surprise, but just generally, it's really surprising. It's really cool. Okay, we're going to move on. Let's check Italy. So Lazio, winners of Serie A. Inter Milan. Okay, this is the most uniform compared to what you might expect that we've seen. Juventus in 8th is a bit weird, but yeah, there's a lot. This is very much kind of samey. So yes, Lazio, Roma, Inter, Fiorentina. The only sides that went to Roma were dominant though. Look at this. They kind of dropped off. Inter runners up 5 times in a row. Oh boy, how much must that hurt? Fiorentina 3 wins in a row, which is kind of nice. Let's check Serie B, seeing any big teams. Roma. I forgot they weren't even there. So Roma had this massive spell of success between 2004 and 2012. They won it every year but 1. And now, in 2019, they've just come up 3rd place in Serie B. So that's kind of insane. Udinese are down there. There's Sampdoria, Palermo. Wow, I didn't even notice that they weren't there. I'm assuming there's no one really in these leagues that we recognize that much. The C1, C2B, whatever it is. No, not really. Ascoli and Frosinone both going down. They're teams that have been up in the top league fairly recently, if not currently. Pescara have been up there too. So they haven't risen. But that's Italy. So that's a surprise. Let me check the cup then. Because I'm assuming Roma probably had a big spell here too. Yeah, they won it a few times. Venezia picked up the victory there. That's crazy. Roma with all those wins in a row, was it 6 out of 7 or 7 out of 8, and then they go down. That's it. Wow. I like that one too. Now, none of these are disappointing. I thought Italy was going to disappoint until that Roma thing showed up. Then it stopped disappointing. The Premier League, Portugal, Porto, winners of that. Sporting 12th. I don't see Benfica anywhere. Boa Vista in 15th. Yeah, Benfica are not in the top league, which is interesting. Let's check the history real quick, see if they had any. So they won it in 06. Boa Vista were the reigning champions. They picked up one more win. Porto kind of took over Braga Farense, whoever they are, Vitoria Setúbal, with wins as well. Sorry if you're like, whoever they are, that's my team. I'm sorry. I just don't know everyone. I wish I did, but I don't. Okay, so let's check the second league. Benfica. So Braga are 11th in the second. Where Benfica barely survived relegation from the second league, so they have dropped from grace massively. Braga too. These teams heading up to the top, to the big time. Sporting were down there the season before this one. They won the league and came back up, so that's a shock if you ever did want one as well. So there are big names going down, like Arsenal we saw, Roma, Sporting. Let's check the cup. Porto, the current holders. Some nice names in here: Salgueiros, Espinho, Portimonense, Barriense. Look at these. Wow. So the cup's been anybody's game, really. A lot of teams that haven't really won trophies coming incredibly close and just missing out to some, arguably in some cases, bigger names, but wow. Okay, Portugal, you too did not disappoint at all. So Scotland, I had to put Scotland in there this time. So Rangers with the league win are up there. Inverness, Celtic in third, so neither of them are down right now, sadly. I wish we could have seen one of those falls from grace. That might have been realistic if it was Rangers. But then the game would have to put them in as a team again, and I'm not going to go into that. I don't need to start that fight. So there's Rangers top league, like I say. So Arbroath are the big surprise in here. Then all these other teams have been in and around the Premiership the entire time, but Arbroath haven't. So it's nice to see them getting up there. Anybody outside Celtic, Rangers won it. Celtic won it from 02 to 2012. Then Rangers picked to win Celtic again. So Hearts and Motherwell broke up for a little bit. Celtic really won every title from 02 to 2016 and then haven't been in the top two since, which is kind of surprising. So Hearts, Motherwell, and Rangers the wins in there. Partick coming runners up, Kilmarnock as well. So definitely some potential in there. Set the first division. So St Johnstone won that. My team, Dunfermline, in 6th place. We'll check my manager out soon. But Dunfermline sits Clydebank, then defunct and refarmed Clydebank, 2nd in the first division. That's kind of insane. No other massive surprises in there. Let's check the history, see if anyone went down that's big. No, none of the Giants fell, sadly. Ayr, Dundee United, Inverness, Queen's Park were a Premier League team. That's a surprise. Martin were up there. Clydebank were up there. That's a change in fortune for a lot of these clubs. 2nd place doesn't mean they went up. You need to win the playoff to do that. Like Ayr were 2nd place 2 years in a row. Okay, so that's kind of a few surprises in there if you're familiar with Scottish football. 2nd division, Ayr and Martin going up. Stanage and Ross County going down. County are Championship right now. They were Premier League for a while. And then a bunch of, to be expected, middling teams in there. So St Johnstone did drop down there at one point. They're Premier League. My Dunfermline, Dundee United were down there at one point. Queen's Park saw them in the Premiership. They dropped. So again, a few things. It's a shame that it doesn't actually put, like, I don't think it really put, it probably does actually. Not here. There haven't been any like teams like the Highland and Lowland leagues that have shot up. I don't know if that happens on this game or not. That's what I was trying to say when I just muddled my words for 10 seconds for no reason. East Fife winning the 3rd division, Barrett, Dumbarton, Hamilton, Premier League outfit. 3rd division football though. Clyde, Alloa, Croona South County with Airjane, Brechin. Maybe didn't see any big names on the other leagues, so they're not going to be this far down either. Let's check the Scottish Cups. Anyone got some wins in there? Celtic, Hibs, Dundee, Partick picked it up. No major shocks in there. And then the League Cup, I'm expecting similar. Partick won it. St Mirren picked it up. Yeah, no danger of anything big happening there either. So Spain. So the new Jerez are Sporting Gijón. At least they're a team I know of. They're a team in La Liga, or at least they were in La Liga. Where are Barcelona and Real Madrid? Neither Barcelona or Real Madrid are in the top 12. Which is fantastic. So Extremadura, Betis, Valencia, Deportivo were a big club around that time. Atletico in 13th. Barcelona just finished bottom of the 1st division. And Real Madrid aren't even in it. Wow. Oh my gosh. So Barcelona are down. And Real Madrid do not exist. So how did it start? Madrid won the first one. Barcelona won it 5 times. Atletico Real, Barcelona. This is very recent. Barcelona won it 5 times in a row, twice. And then all of a sudden, Madrid were runners up in 2016, but all of a sudden they just all or both kind of disappeared. They dominated the first, essentially, decade, right, of this whole thing, and then they just disappeared. Real Madrid were runners up in 2016, and then they got relegated in 17 because they're not there right now. They must have been relegated. There, they just won the second division. Real Madrid just won the second division. Alright, yeah. Santander and Numancia. It's not quite done yet, sadly, but it's close enough. A lot of B teams kicking about, going down. That's crazy. So Real Madrid, they say these games aren't realistic, but let's see if anyone else had a trip. Bilbao were down there for a little bit. They're the reigning champions. Extremamundo coming up, they were up there. Sociedad, so not really. Atletico, I think they just came up from the second division on this save, so that's not as bad as it may have looked at one point. Real Madrid, second division, my goodness gracious me. Let's check the cup. So they won the cup, so it's not all bad. Deportivo, Numancia, Extremamundo, Mallorca, Villarreal. So a decent spread of teams winning the whole thing, or winning the Spanish Cup. Some other teams getting close. Oviedo, runners up a couple times in there. Osasuna as well. At least that got spread around a little bit. Alright, before I forget, we're going to check me. So I couldn't stop myself getting a job, so I just kind of let it happen. Let's see history then. So is this my entire history? Can I just do like clubs? Do I really have to see manager stats? No. I really have to scroll through it all. Well, no jobs. Here we go. So I started at York. I quit that one the day I joined the game, so I thought I'd stay unemployed. No. Went to Stranraer, got sacked 9 months into the job. Went to Cuddenby, stayed there for a good amount of time. Went to Clyde, lasted 10 months. Went to Dunfermline in 2015. I've stayed ever since. I'm pretty sure I won the league with them through competitions. Let me see. 2018 is probably what I'm looking for here. Finished first and second division, so there you go. Champions, 6th there. I said I won 2 leagues, but I don't know. I don't know who else I won a league with or won a trophy with. First and second division with Cuddenby. So I've won the second division twice. That's not bad for a manager that doesn't really exist and doesn't have any stats. So I'm okay with that. I'm definitely okay with that for my career. Is there anything else we can see? I don't think there's not a lot. I can't like go through any of this. I can't look at my own contract, which is a little worrying. Maybe it just didn't exist at this point in the game. That kind of makes sense. 2 league titles won, 17,000 manager points. Total value of players bought, £450,000, £550,000 for sold. So you can tell I've stayed in the lower leagues. I've conceded more than I've scored, which I'm disappointed in, to be honest. I've lost more games than I've won. So despite a couple league wins, I've not been that good as a manager. So maybe I oversold myself a little bit with that. Okay, so European football in the Champions Cup. It was still a two-phase competition at this point. So let's see. So Stuttgart just beat Milan in the final then to pick up a win. So that's kind of nice. Let me see. Let's see who's in it. Phase 1. So Fiorentina, Millwall, Aachen, and Dynamo. Okay. Milan, Galatasaray. It's not dreadful. Motherwell, Leicester, them, and Betis. Stuttgart, Feyenoord, Porto, Glinkamp, Inter, Rangers, AJC Rosenborg. That's not too bad. Bayern, Fenerbahce, Lokomotiv Moscow, and Sturm Graz. Villarreal, Auxerre, PSV, and Kiev. Elche, Lazio, Southampton, and Partick Thistle. Oh my gosh, if Partick Thistle ever made the Champions League, that would be too much to handle for a human being. Okay, so we know who won it this year was Stuttgart. Let's see who are the past winners. So Auxerre with a couple of wins. Inter, Werder Bremen, Leeds, Champions League winners. Manchester United picked up a couple of wins. Real Madrid have won it. Roma during their spell of dominance. Runners up, Unterhaching, the team that got relegated from the Bundesliga this year, were runners up to Auxerre in 2017. So that's kind of insane. Arsenal still yet to win it, sadly. Juventus, Lazio, PSV, Fiorentina, a lot of first-time winners not quite getting across the line, but a lot that have. Obviously, Werder Bremen, Leeds, Auxerre, and Stuttgart. So definitely a few surprises in there. for the top team in Europe. Let me see what I can do for the UEFA Cup. So PSV just won the UEFA Cup. Let's check the history. So Fiorentina picked up winners: St. Pauli, Betis, HSV, PSV, Manchester United, some big names that dropped into it. Inter. Little teams that got close: Mönchengladbach, PAO, St. Pauli, Rangers, Southampton. So again, a decent amount of variation there. The UEFA Cup's always, I feel like, had a little more of an underdog feel. Not so much lately, because there's so many more freaking teams in it. But, there was the time when Middlesbrough made it all the way to... Did they get the semi-final or the final? I think, was it just the semi-finals? I can't remember. It might have been the final. Rangers got to the final, they lost that too. So, there's definitely been an essence of the underdog in the UEFA Cup or the Europa League. But, not as much as this. This is nice. I like to see this. Before we go international, let's see, is there a way to do like individual awards? European awards. Here we go. So I can't go back though. I'm stuck on 2017-18. Oh no. I say I can't go back as I'm literally scrolling the history right now. So goalkeeper there: Buffon, Cesar, Fabian Barthez. Barthez is an assistant manager now. Buffon is a manager. Sebastian Frey is still playing, the Fiorentina goalkeeper. Peter Corner, oh my goodness gracious, look at him. He's quite good, isn't he? I can see why he might have won. Frey only got it a few years ago as well. Look at Tomo, just won it at Fiorentina. He's also quite handy with the gloves, isn't he? So I think that makes sense. Defender of the Year. Let's see, Wilfred Bouma, wow. 6 years in a row, Wilfred Bouma won that award at different clubs. He's now a Wilfred Bouma, the scout for Montrose, after being the best defender in the world for God knows how long. Kako, Thomas Linka won it at one point. Cannavaro, coach at Juve, that makes more sense. Nesta, managing. Uwe Moritz, he's quite good. And Risi, also quite good at 30. See, midfielder of the year. It'd be nice for like a real player to be winning it now, wouldn't it? That's Figo, Totti, basically trading it off this entire time. Then these other guys, Haddad, now at Ipswich at 33. Yusuf Hersey at Wimbledon just won it. Actually, a Dutchman, that's kind of nice. Medri at Milan. Dehan. What happened to my voice? Oh my gosh. Dehan at Sheffield Wednesday. He's actually 20 creativity, 20 set pieces, 20 work rate. Just take that, wouldn't you? My goodness me. He's 35, but still, come on. Alright, I want the goals. Striker of the year. Cassano picking up not that long ago. So Patrick Kluivert, Vieri, Luca Toni, Montella, Raul, Milan Barros, Van Nistelrooy, Kesman. What a career that could have been. But yeah, Cassano. Again, Karsten Muller. Striker of the year last year, then he goes and scored 1 goal in 34 league games. Wow, how does that even happen? Alright, De Napoli scored 6 times and was 3rd. So I guess our striker's just not good? I don't understand. Mario Benitez, he's alright and he's handy. Rubio, none of these guys have scored more than 10 goals in the league. So I feel like the strikers are very underwhelming. I was kind of hoping that might have been a little bit different. But anyway, moving on to kind of the final segment, which is European or international competition. So let's start with the European Championships. So we've had a few. Let me check the history then. So we start with 04. So Germany won it when it was in Portugal. Italy won it in 08. It was in Switzerland. Holland winning it in 2012. Norway the host. Romania runners up there. England picked up in 2016. There you go. It's coming home. In Switzerland again. Wales runners up that year. So that must have been a tasty affair in the final. But no big shocks there, sadly. Let's go back and check on... We'll check some like African nations. Let me see. So Cameroon, Angola, Egypt, Ivory Coast, South Africa, Morocco. So nothing too big there either. Kind of the nations you would expect to be winning that. The Copa America has but that's not happening right now. It's about to. Argentina and Brazil just winning all of them, which is boring and dull. So it seems like it doesn't quite work with, but the divide changes doesn't quite work with you know, internationals. It probably still just puts the players in the right place. The Asia Cup, again, nothing massive. China winning is kind of surprising, actually, but apart from that, nothing too much to report. So I'm going to check the World Cup before the rankings. My voice just doesn't want to work, does it? The World Cup. Let's see, we had a few. So Holland winning in 2002 when it was hosted in Japan, Argentina, then Germany. Argentina picked up back-to-back trophies. England runners-up, Ireland coming third, surprisingly. Argentina winning in Germany, and then in their home group. I mean, you gotta win the home World Cup, right? Italy winning it in Switzerland's hosting a lot of tournaments. They won it in World Cup in 2014. Spain, England third again. Just, you can't quite do it, can you? Paraguay, here we go. Paraguay, the 2018 World Cup winners, was held in Uruguay, beating Argentina, stopping them getting their third and four. Portugal into third place. Let's take a look then. We'll do awards in a second for World Cup. Let's see the rankings first. So Brazil currently top, Italy, Mexico, Portugal, Germany, Argentina, England, Wales, Poland, Scotland 12. Come on, please. Belarus. So the international rankings, sorry, I forgot Yugoslavia was still a thing. The international rankings aren't as surprising as they were last time. Like the African sides are doing pretty well on the block. There's a few you wouldn't expect, but I'd say no, overall they're not really much different. Europe's still dominant, whereas with 03 or 04, a lot of African teams just scattered around the top 20 that you would not expect. Let's go to the end. Sri Lanka. So San Marino are off the bottom of the list, but how far off the bottom of the list? I didn't think I'd have to click this many times to find them. 129th, San Marino. That's, their manager needs to be knighted for doing that. Quick dive then into awards. See if we got some. So the Golden Boot, Henrik Larsson in 2002, Vieri in 2006, Massimo Danai. Something he was just a random centre mid. Paulo Alonso picking up 5 goals in 2018 for the host. Sorry, Paraguay won it. Victor Gonzalez getting their goals. Now he doesn't even play for Betis, so this game is confusing me now. I like it, but it's confusing me. So the Dream Team, oh, I can go back here, it's nice. So 2018 Dream Team, anyone we know? No. A Scott, hey, Steve Wilson getting in there, represent. 2014, Luke Chadwick had a nice England career then, if he's making that. Ashley Cole. Closer, so we're getting better now on top. Dyer, Mensah, Waller, Samuel, yeah. Zauri, Vieira on the bench. Yeah, we're getting more into it. Alpay, Ronaldinho, Jesper Grønkjær. What a team this would be, man. Oh my goodness, Santa Cruz, Pericek on the bench. And then, well, 2002 Dream Team, what more do you want? Henrik Larsson centre midfield is an interesting choice, but never mind. So there we have it. That is global football in 2019, according to Championship Manager 0102. Just like last time, if there's anything else you want to see, let me know. We'll see if there's enough little things that I've missed. We can take a look at them. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you did. Comment down below, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see any other games simmed forward. I will give it a shot. If it doesn't have holiday mode, it's kind of tough. I looked at 93, 94, that would be too much. I can't holiday forward to be there for years myself trying to play the game. Probably. But if you have other suggestions for different games, different sports, different genres entirely going forward into the future, let me know. If it's feasible, maybe we'll throw a video up. Who knows? Thank you very much for watching as always, and I will see you next time.